Understanding the twofold goal of Stoicism is the pinnacle of wisdom. It is the doorway to the good life. It is the invincible soul. When you see great heroes go on quests to seek the answers of life, to seek the meaning, they reach something that represents the twofold goal of Stoicism. So today's lesson, welcome back to day 23 of 100 Stoic School with myself, William Mulligan, author of the Everyday Stoic, Simple Rules for a Good Life. Stoicism is the guide to the good life, and with Stoic School, by day 30, 40, as I think I said day 40, you'll start to understand what Stoicism is. You fully understand what Stoicism is. Day 100, the goal is to fully explain Stoicism, everything there is to know about Stoicism, how to use it into your life to become the best version of yourself and to become a Stoic, which is a cool way of saying you'll be calmer, more balanced, happier, more confident, more free, more tranquil. That's the promise that Stoicism gives, and I'm just the messenger. I'm the guide. Because like I said, writing my book, it took a decade of trying to understand Stoicism, tried to apply it into my life, failing, learning it wrong, learning it right, seeking guidance, all these kind of things. And then I adapted it into a book. But now I'm trying to explain it in just 100 days. So by these 100 days, you'll understand everything. More than anyone you see online talking about Stoicism, except like the rare few, the experts. But what I mean is like there's a lot of people talking about Stoicism, and you'll be able to say way more by just following Stoic School. You'll understand everything. Today's episode is powered by Huel. Let's jump into the episode. So the third head of the Stoic School, who was a Greek Stoic by the name of Chrysippus. He was also the second founder of Stoicism, Chrysippus of Sole. Chrysippus died at the age of 73, and he died laughing a donkey. As the story goes, he was drinking some fine wine and he seen a donkey outside eating figs. And he shouted at a donkey, would you like some fine wine to wash down the figs? And he started laughing so hard that he couldn't breathe and he had a heart attack and died. As the story goes, I don't think it's a funny joke, and I don't think it's anything to laugh that hard at, but hey, this is Chrysippus we're talking about. But the point is, we're getting to Chrysippus, is that he introduced the twofold goal of Stoicism, which is such an important thing to understand. It's so simple to understand, and once you understand it, well, like I said, it's the pinnacle of wisdom. It's the secret answer that all heroes have been looking for. Great legends go on quests for their whole life, mountains and tunnels and caves, battlefields, meeting oracles and kings and knights, and they reach this answer. So, the goal of life is to live in accordance with both one's own nature and the nature of the whole. Sounds simple. I'll break it down for you. Number one, own nature. No one can prevent you from living in accordance with your own internal nature. Number two, nature of the world. Nothing can befall you externally that is contrary to the nature of the universe, which the wise man accepts as fate. And this sounds very simple, and you're probably thinking, this isn't the great answer. Well, once I explain it, it's so adaptable to every situation in your life. It helps you with every aspect of your life. Just understanding the twofold goal will touch every area of your life, and it'll start to help you. Just understanding it. So all you have to do is watch this video, understand it, and then you'll start to feel the benefits, which is pretty cool. That's not like everything in Stoicism. A lot of it requires lots of effort, but this is just simple. You're in for an easy one today. So this concept is kind of summarized perfectly by the Serenity Prayer, oddly enough. God, give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And this is a mantra that has been recited billions of times throughout history. And it has helped millions of people. I'm not sure about billions, but it's helped millions and millions of people, and it's saved the lives of millions. And the twofold goal of Stoicism isn't too dissimilar to this. It sums it up pretty well. But then you need to have the understanding behind these things, the twofold goals. And then these mantras come to life. So, like I said, understanding the twofold goal is the pinnacle of wisdom. So knowing the universal nature and accepting it, this is the concept of amor fati, loving your fate. It's making the best of it. It's also knowing what is good and bad in this world and knowing what is in and out of your control. So now we're explaining a lot of Stoicism. So knowing the universal nature is first to love your fate. Everything external that happens to you is, the Stoics believed it was destined by Zeus. It was written by Zeus. Zeus had pushed the dominoes and they were falling and falling in life. Many people think it's God's plan, it's your destiny, it's your fate. It is the universal laws of life. But for people that aren't so spiritual, don't believe these kind of things, what I say of this universal nature is that the storms will come tomorrow, the earthquakes will come, people will do as they do, the traffic will do this. You may get ill. Everything in life happens as it does. You're handed this. Once you're handed it, it becomes your past. And once it's in the past, it is unchangeable. You cannot change the past. Impossible. So once something has been handed to you by fate, you cannot change it, but you control how you react to it. So the Stoics say, love your fate. Number one, it has been handed to you. This is the first goal of the twofold goal, understanding nature, is to understand that the universe has changed, it happens as it does, and you can accept it as it is and then make the best of it after it's happened. And then the next is to understand what is good and bad in this world. I explained in the last lesson that good is virtue, bad is vice. So you understand that all these externals in the world aren't actually good, it's how you use them. And when you apply virtue to them, wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice, then you can use them for good. So now you understand to love your fate and you understand what is good in this world. And then to fully understand the nature of the universe is to know what is in and not in your control. This is the dichotomy of control. Simply put, the external world is not within your control. All externals, even your health is an external, your wealth is an external, your reputation is an external. You have some influence over these things. At the end of the day, you get to age 100 and you may die, or you get ill, you can't control that. You don't know if you get injured. You have some influence over these things, but you do not control them. Reputation, you can try your best to be a good person, but at the end of the day, people can still make up lies about you. So within your control is the internal world. A quick word from our sponsor, Huel. I really like Huel. When I was writing my book, I was using Huel to power me through every single day. When I had my daily greens, when I had my meals, when I had my shakes, it stopped me from going to the shop, buying a load of rubbish, buying a load of unhealthy food, wasting loads of money. And these things do add up. Those quick journeys to the shop every day, the money adds up, the unhealthy foods add up, the wasted time adds up. So if I ever get those cravings, I grab a Huel and it fills my cravings. I feel good, it tastes delicious, it's quick and easy. And if you have any interest in the Huel products, then check the link in the description. Let's get back to the episode. So you understand how nature happens, you understand what is God, and you understand you control the internal world. So with this knowledge of the universe, the first goal of the twofold goal of Stoicism, with this understanding, you can understand nature has happened, the world's happening, and then you know what is God, so you know what to control. You control your actions to strive towards God, to be good in this universe. And then, once you understand this, you can live in your own nature. What is your own nature? Your own nature is to be a rational social being, to follow virtue. So you live in accordance with wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice, and you do it to the benefit of mankind. So, human nature. There was a belief that Zeus was handing out all the abilities to all animals to help them survive in this world. Lions got big teeth and big claws. Eagles got wings. Bears got great size, brawn, strength. Some animals even got camouflage. And some animals got venom. And all these kind of things to help them survive. But upon analysis, we realized that humans didn't have much. They didn't have anything to protect themselves. So what were they handed? They were handed these gifts from Zeus. From a spark of Zeus himself, a fragment of Zeus resides within us. That is the ability to be reasoning. That is our rational minds, our socialness, our ability to follow the four virtues. All humans carry this spark of Zeus equally. We all have access to this. Everyone, doesn't matter where you're born, who you are, what wealth you hold. You have access to this spark of Zeus. So human nature is to access or to live in accordance with this spark, this divine spark. So we're social beings. Humans are social. There's other animals that are social, but we thrive when we're social, when we're living together as one in harmony with the universal society, this universal community that we have. All humans around us, we do good for the community, it's good for ourselves. We want to care for our community, we want to care for our loved ones. This is a huge principle in Stoicism. So it's to be social. And then it is also to display virtue. Wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice, which I explained in the last lesson, was, as Stoic said, arete. Arete means to display all of these things. It means to be a human that's living in accordance with nature. So the twofold goal, understanding the universal nature, understanding our own nature, and living in accordance with these things. So if I was to give you some rules, it's to first, one, accept and love the way the universe unfolds, the fate that's handed to you, no matter what it is. You love it because it's been handed to you and you make the best of it. Number two, what is good and bad, virtue is good. You focus on following virtue, not vice. Number three is to focus on what is in your control, the internal world. The externals, you don't have control over, you just control how you react to them. Number four, to be social, to be a social being. Number five, to display virtue. And once you follow all these rules and you understand the twofold goal of Stoicism, the world is yours. You really can do what you want. Just remember this, the twofold goal of Stoicism. That is it for day 23 of 100 Stoic School. I hope you're learning a lot. I'm learning a lot, explaining these. They say the best way to learn is to teach. And I feel like I'm really learning more. I already knew these things, but trying to teach people, trying to make it understandable, makes me have to research it more and understand it more, because I could just talk mumbo jumbo, like a lot of the ancient texts. It's just hard to really reason with and understand and put use into your life. But my goal with Stoic School is to make it easily understood and practical, because I remember when I was younger, I thought Stoicism or philosophy was for really smart, rich people that were so well educated, only they can understand it, and it's for no use other than appearing wise. No. Stoicism, philosophy is a guide to life, but Stoicism is the guide to the good life. And everyone should understand it. Everyone should have been given this guide at school. It's a sad thought that we're not given this thing. And I often wonder why we're not given this thing. I wrote about this in my book, I don't think people in power want us understanding that obtaining and consumerism is the guide to the good life. It's not the guide to the good life. And if we were taught Stoicism from a young age, we'll stop pursuing getting all these ridiculous things, climbing the ladder just to live a sad existence. We'll stop fighting each other because we understand we're all part of this cosmic nature. There's so much behind it. I think people don't really want us learning these philosophies for life. But I'm trying to teach you. I want you to learn it. So that is it for day 23 of Stoic School with myself, William Mulligan. If you want to support what I'm doing, remember guys, 76% of listeners on YouTube are not subscribed. So a good way to support me is to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the 100 lessons. You don't miss tomorrow's lesson, which is on the 11 rules Stoicism, which is a good one. 11 rules to live peacefully. And if you really want to support me, like, comment, subscribe, share, and you want to go above and beyond, share it with a friend, share Stoic School with a friend, introduce them to Stoic School. You might just change their life. You might fix some of their problems in life. They might be grateful towards you for introducing them to Stoic School. And my book, The Everyday Stoic, is available in all bookstores. And like I said, is available in Dutch now. So I'm not aware of bookstores in Netherlands or Belgium. I've been a few times, but I've never been to a bookstore whilst I'm there. But I'm sure you can go online at the Alt Amira website and you can get it there, or you can get it on Amazon. I'm sure you'll find a way. Have a wonderful day and thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next lesson, or I'll be teaching you in the next lesson. You'll see me or hear me. Thank you. Bye.